Aloha friends, welcome. My name is Digmara, and today what I want to do is talk a little bit about capsule wardrobes. So why is it somebody like myself whose really focus is to help women, become the best versions of themselves and really do a lot of deep inner work? Why do I start with capsule wardrobes? The reason I start with capsule wardrobes is because especially if you are a mom, especially if you have a house to manage with children, the two key areas that you really need to focus on is food and clothing. Okay? If everybody is, that's the bare minimum in a house, is everyone needs to be fed and everyone needs to be clothed. So the reason I start with the capsule wardrobe is because it's the baby step number one. And capsule wardrobe for yourself is really what I'm talking about. Start with yourself. Definitely you do not start with your husband, okay? You let him be. So you start with yourself. And what do I mean by a capsule wardrobe? What I mean by that is a small wardrobe of curated items that go really well together. Everything mix and matches really well. Everything looks great on you and allows you to get ready very quickly in the morning, and you look well put together all the time. So why did I get started on this journey? The reason I got started on this journey is because right after my second son was born, or maybe it was like 1 to 2 months after my second son was born in 2007, I remember my husband, calling out to me saying, "Hey love, do you want to go out for dinner?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely, let's go for dinner." So he goes, "All right, just go get ready and let's go." And he's ready to go. He's always ready to go, And so I go upstairs to get ready, and I've got a 2-year-old waiting for me, and I have a nursing baby waiting for me. And I go up to get ready, and you'd think I'd be ready in 5 to 10 minutes. Half an hour in, and I still was not able to pick something to wear. And it was just getting extremely frustrating for myself, for my husband who was waiting, and for my kids. And that's when I'd finally had enough. And it was right around that time that I came across Jennifer L. Scott's book, Lessons from Madame Chic. And it's a pretty quick read. I read it, and when I did, it was quite the aha moment for me. It was a really good reminder of how I had been raised in Europe, because I was born and raised in Europe for the first 10 years of my life. And it just really reminded me of what that was like, where we had small wardrobes of high quality pieces. It wasn't a thing. Shopping for clothes was not a thing. It was definitely not a pastime the way it was for me as a teenager growing up in North America. So so I followed her formula. I followed Jennifer L. Scott's formula, and I created a small 10-item wardrobe for myself. And you can do that, or there's other methodologies out there like Project 333, or you can do the Marie Kondo method. I really like Jennifer L. Scott's method. But either way, what you do is you really need to purge. We do not organize, we purge. So what you do is if you can, just go full out. Take everything out of your closet, dump it on your bed, and then you're going to divide it into four categories. Okay, you're going to have the garbage category, you're going to have the donate category, you're going to have the save for later category, and the put back in your closet category. Okay, and the key is to get dark garbage bags that you cannot see through, because you will therefore avoid the temptation of digging through the bag afterwards and having second thoughts about donating things or throwing things out. Okay, and then you pick up each piece, and if it's garbage, put it in the garbage bag. If it can be donated, put it in the donation bag. If you want to keep it, then if you're going to do the capsule wardrobe the way I did, then what you're doing is you're just picking out 10 pieces that look really good on you, that you feel you're really well in. The whole concept of bon de sa peau, like you feel it's French, for feeling well in your skin, feeling really well in your body. So you pick out your 10 pieces, and these are just your core items. And so core items will be, I'll give you some examples. So it could be something like 2 dresses, 2 pairs of pants, and 6 tops. Okay. Now, or it could be, 3 dresses, 1 skirt, 1 pair of pants, and 5 tops, or you just kind of mix and match. However, whatever combination makes sense for you. Your 10 pieces. Now, these 10 pieces, everything else kind of gets built around. This does not include your shoes. It does not include your sweaters. This does not include camisoles that go underneath. This does not include your undergarments. It does not include, what else doesn't it include? Like activewear, right? Yoga or exercise clothes, beachwear, jackets, socks, sleeping wear. Okay, so those are all extras. But so it's really, you're focusing on those 10 pieces, and then kind of everything else gets built around it. So you select that from what you have. If you don't, then you make a list of pieces that you're missing that you will go ahead and shop for, and then everything else that you're just not able to part with. Maybe it's seasonal, or maybe you just cannot part with it at the time. For example, for me, it was my wedding dress that I had the hardest time getting rid of. I was really attached to it, so I just packed it away. Or, some of these, I had these, high-end suits that I was never ever going to wear again, because we were now living in Hawaii, and it just it didn't fit the style here or the weather, but I just was not able to part with them, so I just packed it away. I packed it actually away. Initially, I packed it away in one of my kids' closet, in their dresser. They had an extra drawer. I just kind of put everything in there, and that just made me feel better. So that's how you get started with that. And I compare purging and letting go of things in my house. I compare it to like layers of an onion, where it's really difficult to do it in one felt swoop. So it's much easier to do it layer by layer, because eventually that drawer, it was a pretty big drawer in my son's dresser, it went down to 3 baskets, and then 2 baskets, and now it's just down to 2 baskets, which are nicely tucked away at the top of my closet. And really what's in those baskets is winter wear, which I never wear unless we're traveling somewhere cold, or office wear, which I don't currently find a use for that, but I still keep it, because I think definitely there will be a purpose for it in the future. So the last thing I want to talk about is, what are the benefits? Why did I do this? And what benefits, expected and unexpected, came out of it. So the reason I did it, as I said, is because I was just really tired of taking way too long to get ready, and feeling like I didn't necessarily feel the best in some of my outfits. So that's why I did it, and I became very intentional about it. I would plan. But the other benefits that came out of it was, I was no longer supporting fast fashion, which was great. I wasn't constantly shopping or searching or feeling like I needed to go buy clothes. I just felt complete and at peace. The other thing that happened was, because I was no longer buying so many disposable fast fashion clothes, I was able to save up that budget and get higher end pieces. And I will never forget the way I felt the first time I purchased this beautiful cardigan sweater, 100% cashmere, from Neiman Marcus. I just felt like $1 million. I just absolutely loved that cardigan, and I looked so good in it. I mean, I wore it till there were holes in the sleeves, and then my husband ended up ordering me leather patches that I put over the elbows and sewed those on, and the sweater ended up looking super funky, and eventually I ended up donating it, gifting it to somebody else who could enjoy it, and I ended up purchasing the exact same sweater again. That's how much I loved it, and I was so happy. I think that's why it was one of my biggest purchases at the time, and it's just really something that I loved. Also designer jeans. I was able to go and get really nice jeans which fit me like a glove. I felt super sexy in them, and again, I wore them out. The other thing, the other benefit that I discovered, which I was really not expecting, was it completely simplified laundry day. It completely simplified my laundry system. We're a family of 5, and I will do a separate video on that, but because eventually what I did was everybody in our family ended up having a capsule wardrobe, and everybody does to this day. And it's just made life so much easier for me, including laundry. Laundry is now like a non-event at my house. And the last thing that I will mention is, really, I learned about this concept of price per wear. So what is price per wear? You know, it's interesting because it's exactly what it sounds like it is. It's what is it costing you to wear that item? And what I discovered was that by purchasing higher quality pieces, I was able to wear them and keep them much longer. And I was wearing higher quality clothes made out of superior fabrics with superior cuts, but they was costing me way less price per wear because I could wear it so much longer. You know, compare a $10 t-shirt from Old Navy or TJ Maxx or Ross in comparison to a beautiful blouse from Nordstrom. I mean, I literally see it. I mean, I've got blouses from Nordstrom, which I bought years and years ago, and they still look almost brand new compared to shirts that I've purchased from some of these, which I purchased at a much lower price point, which after just a few washes, they're already piling and you can see it. So anyhow, capsule wardrobes, it's something which I absolutely love. It's something that I would encourage you to try. Aloha.